The GoBots, the GoBots, dun 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 dun.
So this week, as a special guest from our other podcast, Stasis Pod, and I guess also our Patreon specials, we've got our friend Rob to tell us, he's returning to tell us about how great Tom Scioli is.
That's right. I'm dropping in from the, you guys are the spin-off, and I'm dropping in. I'm like Woody showing up on an episode of Cheers.
Yeah.
Or on an episode of Frasier, rather.
Yes.
Yeah, Frasier.
Which, one of those shows.
Well, I mean, it would not be weird if he showed up on Cheers, because he was on Cheers.
Yes. I was a little confused.
Yes. Anyway,
so
yes.
Tell us about GoBots.
Yes, I am the official Scioli whisperer around here.
Yes.
And
the rest of us are too busy being, like, overwhelmingly overwhelmed with boredom by the main Transformers ongoing.
Yeah,
veer off into, it might break our brains.
Yeah, I guess one nice thing about the end of the IDW continuity, well, maybe the only nice thing, is that they've sort of been doing a couple of weird side projects, one of which is Star Trek versus Transformers, which you guys reviewed not long ago, and was...
It was fun, it was stupid, it was great.
It was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Got some Maress in there.
I will definitely have to take a look at the Transformers Ghostbusters crossover, if nothing else, then because Ectotron is apparently a cutie.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And this side project is, of course, not one that technically involves Transformers at all, but stay tuned. This is a 5-issue miniseries based on GoBots. GoBots, which I believe is now wholly owned by Hasbro.
Yeah. I guess there's the question about, because the cartoon was produced by Hanna-Barbera.
Yes.
Which is now owned by Warner Brothers. However, I know it is available through Warner Archive.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of my friends have gotten it, because of course they have.
Oh, yes.
So I know the animation, and I mean that may be something that Hasbro signed off on. But the toy line itself, and I guess the associated comic book rights would go to this, yeah. And
this comic actually draws several elements from the cartoon.
Like what?
A bunch of the human characters. You got AJ, you got, that guy with the mustache, what's his name, Mark Hunter?
The guy with the mustache.
Not Rick Hunter.
No, that's someone else entirely. That will just saying that will get you sued by Harmony Gold.
Matt Hunter. I was close.
There you go.
And also Professor Braxis, the recurring villain who is voiced by that guy who played Dr. Smith on Lost in Space.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
That guy just couldn't get away from robots.
It's important. Robots are the best.
Oh, you clattering clunk of cogs and gears.
No wonder he was a villain by GoBots.
Oh, the pain of it all.
Nincompoop.
And this also has the conception of Gobatron as kind of like this weird apple core looking thing.
Which I think is like the one really cool thing from GoBots. Gobatron looked ridiculous in a good way.
Yes, and it's sort of got like a small sphere in the middle.
I do just want to comment that I've probably mentioned before that I work with a bunch of people who make me feel very old because most of them are in their 20s. And one night I had to actively work to convince one of them that GoBots wasn't just something I was pulling out of my ass. Then I said that I was going to just start randomly referring to old children's shows, and they would never know which ones I clearly made up, like whether Samurai Pizza Cats was a real thing, or Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. And then, of course, the joke was that they were all real.
It's all real. All of it.
The fact that the planet they were from was named Gobatron was, I think, one of the sticking points. It's like, no, that's not real. You're making that up.
So I was a big fan of Tom Scioli's previous work, Transformers versus G.I. Joe. He's an artist who works in a very deliberately retro Kirby-esque style. And However, unlike Transformers vs. G.I. Joe, which was co-written by John Barber, longtime Transformers writer-editor, this is pure, uncut Scioli. There is no need to translate this to human language.
No.
The hard stuff.
Oh, yeah.
All I've really seen about this online is some, like, weird fetishy stuff.
There's a little weird fetishy stuff.
What was it? Turbo being forced to lick someone's wheel? Or was that more just... Scooter seems to get abused a lot, which is entirely fair.
I mean... alright, so we start off... We're on Earth in sort of the not-too-distant future.
Near future.
Yes, and
Next
like
Sunday AD.
people live alongside GoBots, which were built by humans.
Aha!
Okay.
And they're servants. Matt Hunter. Matt Hunter. He's a race car driver who works. His race car is Turbo. You've got AJ, who's a kid, and she owns Scooter.
Mm-hmm.
And you've also got Nick. I can't remember his last name exactly, but he's also from the cartoon, and he pilots Leader 1.
Mm-hmm. See, I do kind of feel like I need to read this, if for nothing other than to just make sure all of Scooter's lines are in Scooter's cartoon voice, which was basically Frank Welker's, like, annoying magical creature voice.
I'm actually going to get to that.
Okay, good.
Oh.
I personally tend to think of that as his Glomer voice. That's my frame of reference for this is apparently the Punky Brewster cartoon.
I just kind of think of it as his Slimer voice.
That too. Yeah.
Anyway, so, they're all living in harmony, but then Hunter and Turbo discover that there's actually a secret underground gladiatorial ring of GoBots, in which GoBots violently attack each other. And of course, the chief gladiator among them, Psykill.
I mean, that's a good name for it.
Yeah.
Also, it's worth mentioning something that was not the case with a lot of stuff from that period, but which sounds like is, Scioli is doing a lot of use of here, is that the bad guys in GoBots were the renegades.
Yes.
It wasn't the heroic rebellion, it was the evil renegades.
Mm-hmm.
So I see where he's going with that here.
So anyway, because the military has been experimenting, like GoBots are governed by the 3 laws of GoBotics.
No!
And
but no.
And of course, they cannot harm humans, but it turns out the military has been tinkering with robots that do not obey the first law of GoBotics, in which a GoBot cannot harm a human or, via inaction, allow a human to come to harm.
Oh no.
And so that code spreads through the GoBots like wildfire, and a renegade faction emerges, led by Leader 1, and they rise up. And it's
Decepticons rise up.
Yep. There is a bit where Crasher, a fan favorite character from the cartoon, seduces a gas station attendant with her sexy lady voice.
Ew.
And then, pulls him into the car and then, tosses him out while she's speeding.
I mean, I approve, but also, ew.
Weird.
And also, I'm not sure anybody would describe Crasher's voice from the cartoon as sexy.
No.
Not really?
No.
It's a little too deranged.
Yeah.
She says, just remember one thing. You don't ride us. We ride you.
Yeah. This is very Golden Age Wonder Woman.
Yeah, there's definitely some of that in there. So, that's basically our first issue. Second issue, the rebellion continues apace. Leader 1 battles Psykill. And, Psykill does indeed do some bad stuff to specifically to Scooter.
Poor
All right, no, sorry. Actually, it's Crasher who makes Scooter lick the wheels on her feet.
With his tongue.
With his tongue.
Yes.
Oh.
I hope you like the taste of tire treads. And then, and it's just like a bunch of A's, like Mike Mignola in Hellboy.
Oh.
And she says, "Get him clean, or I'll let Psycho have you." And Psycho's another GoBot.
Yes.
Yes.
Then Psykill finds Scooter, and he says, "We all have a choice: to ride or be ridden." And then he makes Scooter turn into Scooter mode and rides him over like a bunch of spikes.
Oh no! Oh, that's harsh.
Yes.
Also weird.
So anyway, there is a big Psykill Leader 1 fight, and Leader 1, he's still got his pilot in him, and he kills him, and then he just spends the rest of the miniseries with a skeleton inside his cockpit.
That
is amazing. And terrible and amazing.
Didn't Soundwave do that in the Transformers G.I. Joe comic?
There's a thing where I think Dr. Venom is doing medical experiments involving zombies, and he just ends up ejecting a bunch of skeletons from his tape deck.
I love
Scioli has some odd recurring fetishes.
I don't think you can call skeletons a fetish.
Yeah, that
unless you're Thanos.
More like...
Well, yeah, see? There you go.
Or you're dating Kate Moss.
Well.
Yeah.
And that's issue 2. Issue 3, we go totally different. We cut to a bunch of humans who are crew members of Spacey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And
cool.
they've been in cryostasis for like centuries, as it turns out.
Oh, right. I think I did see a panel of that.
Yes, and so they come across Gobatron, which does look very much like it did in the cartoon. It's the big sort of apple core thing with the sphere in the middle. And they find that the Guardians and the Renegades have been waging war for centuries, and they have to fight Zod at one point.
Oh no!
And Zod was like kind of like GoBot's D-grade Trypticon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who was easily defeated by poking him in the tummy.
That happens in the comic. With that same little spear that came with the Zod toy.
Yes.
The laser lance.
That's pretty great.
Anyway, so they end up in the sort of center sphere of Gobatron. And I think you know where this is coming from, where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Because you maniacs, you blew it up. It was Earth.
See. Gobatron was Earth all along, and they blew it up and turned it into an apple core.
Yes. Well, see, they Earth is like this inner sphere, and they built Gobatron sort of around it.
Aha.
And it's got like a bunch of like primitive humans living on it.
Oh man, so basically this is like, okay, so the first couple issues are like the origin, but now these are basically like, I love the idea of there just being like a robotic like alien race who had some horrible, dramatic, brutal overthrowing of their organic creators, and who are now just a perfectly normal robot alien race.
Yes, except
like those descendants are now just like, I don't know, like C-3PO.
Yeah, we try not to talk about that.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. So anyway, we find that Leader 1 has sort of become like a tyrant.
Oh no!
Just as bad as Psykill, and indeed on the remains of Earth, the humans find a couple of GoBots who are still allied with humans, Turbo and Scooter, who, thanks to years of like torture, has become Frank Welker Scooter.
Oh.
He's just crazy. He's like Peter Lorre.
Yes, he's like, oh, Scooter is your friend.
Poor guy. Alas. R.I.P. Scooter.
And also, Leader 1, however, is he's got a couple problems. He's having visions of a mysterious repaint of himself named Eno.
What?
Probably not named after Brian Eno, but the fact that Eno is 1 spelled backwards.
Oh. Leader Eno. Oh, dear.
That's now my second favorite evil Redeco name.
And then, of course, there's also the vigilante Road Ranger, who works outside the Guardians. And if you'll remember your GoBots, Road Ranger happens to be a red truck with a with like a blue trailer hitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is, let's say, going somewhere.
Dun dun dun.
Anyway, so we keep going. We're into issue 4 at this point. Leader 1 has visions of the GoBot God Courageous.
Oh no! Do they also have the GoBot Devil Grungy?
Sadly, I don't think he is in this.
I really love that, like, they had these two good and evil counterparts, and the good one was named Courageous, and the bad guy was named Grungy. Like, that was the worst thing they could think of.
And anyway, this planet is also the home of the Rock Lords.
Yay!
Who do not call themselves the Rock Lords, but instead the Golems.
Aha! That's more clever.
Yeah, that's kind of an improvement.
And this is also the in which where the monstrous GoBots, who were like the Vamp and the other sort of monster looking guys, were made.
Devil Satan 6.
Yes.
Constructed by Professor Braxis, who is still alive, contained inside one of them.
Yee.
Whoa.
Yes, in the Japanese Machine Robo anime, they were called Devil Satan 6.
That is awesome.
They were great, goofy henchmen. Well, pathetic henchmen, really. But they looked horrible.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a big fight. Somebody does indeed use the laser lance to defeat Zod.
As you do. As is customary.
There's a bunch of weird backwards talking. And again with the Eno, and then Leader 1 is slain by Zod in this final confrontation.
Oh no!
And we're still on issue 4.
Is he gonna come back from the dead? Is he Jesus?
No, he's somebody. Well, again, issue 5 is definitely the craziest issue of this insane comic.
So
how many? Is it 5 or 6 issues
5
total?
issues.
Okay.
So they end up going to the. We see the interior of the GoBot Command Center, which had a toy. We do see the dematerializer.
Yay!
Oh,
where they just straight up frickin' murdered people.
It also has an enemy reprogramming center and a cafeteria.
And there's a fight through all those sections laid out.
Indeed, there is.
Of the toy.
Brainwashing, and then later, lunch.
I mean, listen, if you don't like decompressed storytelling, this is the comic for you.
Good.
Yeah, and it turns out the enemy reprogramming center is where Scooter ended up.
Mm-hmm.
Going all Frank Welkery.
That's fair.
Yeah. So anyway, we are
the finale.
So eventually, it's Road Ranger who takes command of the GoBots, along with the other Super GoBots, who were like the bigger, sort of more complicated ones.
Yeah, the bigger toy.
I know you had like the guy with the tank for a face. I think it's Defendor.
Oh shit, I had that one.
And anyway, one of them was Bug Bite, who is a yellow Volkswagen Beetle, and unusually, he sort of had just like the passenger component of the Beetle for a head.
Yeah.
But in this, he's got that, but inside you can definitely see like a little yellow head with little Viking horns.
What? Oh, come on. That's great. I approve. I disapprove, but also approve. I am tsundere about this development.
So anyway, we see that, eventually, Road Ranger takes over. The, Gobatron separates from Earth, letting it go free.
Mm-hmm. Gobatron or Earth?
Gobatron flies off, leaving Earth, I guess, where it was.
But
so, like, the two halves of it just separate?
Yes. And then connect back together, and then they fly off.
Okay.
Oh.
As Road Ranger says, I was born on Gobatron. My treads have never touched Earth soil. It's time to leave that world behind. Time to find our true place in the universe.
I see.
And so in a very Tolkien-esque touch, the couple of the astronauts stay behind, and they go with the sort of primitive, like Planet of the Apes humans, and they went out from the presence of the Rock Lords.
Ha.
And sort of they teach everybody like the new civilization.
Teach them how to have like a government
Yes.
and stuff.
And also they fight the evil Rock Lords at some point with the aid of Screwhead.
Oh boy.
Who is of course a Rockman's worst nightmare.
Ah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is where this last couple pages things start getting weird.
Start.
So they decide that that they're going to start production on new GoBots and new Gobatrons. We're going to seed the multiverse with Gobatrons, each with their own name. He says,
The multiverse.
And so Road Ranger says that right now I'm creating an heir, a son like me but better, an optimized version of myself. And I recommend you do it too. And Bugbite says, maybe I will.
Maybe he will.
And so they've got the bodies of Leader One and Psykill. So they're thinking, well, what do we do with these two? And I've given it a lot of thought. These two are trouble. We could put them back together, let them stand trial, but they somehow keep dragging us into their conflict. We're going to take the best parts of each and create a new GoBot. And so they end up assembling them into a very familiar looking white, blue, and red jet. Maybe an
That doesn't sound like he's better than anything. It sounds like he's the worst.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, a couple of the other astronauts and Spacey, they went through the disintegration chamber, which turned out not to be that, but in fact a window through time which sent them back to the past.
Ooh.
Thus preventing them from allowing them to help prevent that the GoBot rebellion ever happened.
Okay.
Which they presume will just create an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
So anyway, this proves once and for all that GoBots are not part of Transformers. Transformers are part of GoBots.
I mean, GoBots did come first by like a year.
And in fact, this traces back to Scioli's Transformers versus G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where he had his other weird creation myth stuff. He seems to like.
Yes, so because eons ago, a living transforming world called Diacuron created Cybertron, and it very much looks like the bifurcated Gobatron.
Oh. Scioli.
This is some pretty like
prequel.
Big overarching mythology stuff he's got going on.
Yes, it's the unified theory of Scioli.
Yeah, I like it.
And of course, I mean, we know what Diacuron is a reference to.
Yes.
For the uninitiated, that is the Japanese pronunciation of Diaclone, which was one of the series that seeded Transformers.
Yes.
The
one that all the cars came
that's
from.
one of the, like, Earth vehicles was from.
Boring Earth cars.
Yes. The other, like, the guys that turned into stuff were Microchange, and then various other things. You know, your
Jetfire,
your deluxe Insecticons, your Omega Supreme,
wherever the hell
Shockwave,
wherever the heck Shockwave came from, yeah.
Jetfire,
and Jetfire. Jetfire perhaps being the most infamous
Jetfire.
because Jetfire is the only one whose owners kind of were like, man, WTF, Hasbro.
yeah,
Yeah, that one that is the weird was like the deluxe Insecticons were from a canceled anime. I'm not even sure if the toys ever came out in Japan. They probably did, but
And then was
Wow.
but Jetfire is really that was always weird. It's like, wait, how?
Well, the problem is just basically that there were, like, cross licenses going on. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure probably while Carl Masick was over in Japan, you know, working out the licensing for the Macross anime, probably Hasbro was working with, I should know the name of the company that did those, Toku something?
This is a Gridman podcast. We discussed it then. I don't remember.
Yes.
I mean, it was
to get the toy rights, so.
Yeah, it was the 80s and we didn't have the internet yet. Things weren't really checked as much as they are now.
Yes. But I would guess, going on the timing, that basically Hasbro was working with the toy company on the Valkyrie toy rights around the same time Carl Masick was working on the Macross anime rights, and I guess maybe the two did not, you know, maybe Masick didn't properly check and make sure all of those I's had been dotted and T's crossed.
And
So,
out of this
but yes.
horrible alchemy, Harmony Gold was born.
Yes.
Soon it shall be
Now-
slain.
Now Harmony. We've actually had a lot of chatter on our Discord chat, which you can find a link to over on our Twitter, about the Lensman anime, which Carl Masick was also involved with bringing over
Oh,
the
yeah,
movie
he was.
for. But that had a lot of nightmare rights stuff in a similar vein, but which did not involve toys. However, I didn't know they made some toys until I was watching that YouTube video, and now I need to find them and also, like, I don't know, sell some organs so I can afford them.
I think all they made was the Steely Battleship thing. I don't think they made toys of any of the characters.
Silly battleship. That was a great battleship. Anyway.
It's
In
like
the
somebody
80s,
ripped apart a Star Destroyer and tried to put it back together wrong.
basically in the 80s, everybody wanted a piece of various toy lines from Japan. Because I believe Tonka got the rights for most of the GoBots toys from Bandai.
Oh, and in fact, I forgot to mention that in the comic, the GoBots are actually made by the Tonka Corporation. And you see their headquarters, and it's just the old Tonka logo.
Oh, like the building is shaped like the Tonka logo? Or
No,
it just has
it's
the
got
Tonka
like the
logo?
Tonka logo on it, but it's still
Okay.
weird because
Oh.
does Tonka actually? I mean, I know they're owned by Hasbro. Do they still use that brand name?
I
don't think they do anymore. If they do, it's entirely for, like, I don't know, construction equipment. Toys
big orange
or
toy
something.
trucks probably. But I
I
haven't
think
seen
they
like,
might
those
still
kind of toy
use it
trucks
for
in a
some.
long time.
I don't know. I'd have to ask my sister. She's the one with small children.
And then they actually meet like a guy from Tonka, and he just says, "Well, yeah, GoBot Rebellion, see ya," and then he just gets into spoons and drives away.
Not my problem.
Oh my god, that's great. It's a forklift. He just drives off in a forklift.
Do we have any Machine Robo references?
I wouldn't know because I don't actually know anything about Machine Robo, but I don't think so.
Well, it would have been weird. Well, there's no Devil Satan 6 or, the hell, I don't remember Cyclone Leader was. Was there anybody, was Fighter referred to as Blue Jet at any point?
Jet.
No, because Phytor does appear, but he's red. In fact, I'm looking at the panel
Well,
right with
yes,
him.
but he's red in Japanese too. Like,
They
Why do they call him Blue Jet?
the only reference I've seen to explain it, like the only explanation I've ever seen is like a comic where he was pointing to the back of his neck. Oh, my cockpit's blue.
Uh-huh.
And that was
Oh.
it.
No. Damn it, Japan. Stop.
I mean, somebody with greater knowledge of Machine or Robot would have to read through it, but there's nothing that comes to mind, at least, that struck me as a blatant.
Okay.
But it sounds pretty great, and I guess maybe the next time I come to the unsatisfying conclusion of yet another issue of the latest Transformers ongoing, maybe I'll have to see if I can find some issues of this to fill that hole in my soul that needs a story and maybe, like, some characters.
And this is the anti-that. Like, this is extremely compressed to the fact that, let's see, I'm looking at a page right now.
Yeah, from the pictures I've seen, there's a lot of panels. There's like a 12-panel grid.
18 panels on the page I'm looking at.
Holy crow!
Wow.
Yeah,
that's delightful.
Ridiculous.
And that's not
good.
there. I'm looking at another panel or page now that has more panels.
Wow. This is amazing.
Well, GoBots are kind of easy to draw, small.
And it's all very clear. Like, I can always tell what's going on.
Nice.
Scioli is good about that. His stuff is weird, but it's easy to tell what's going on. Because he's very inspired by Kirby.
Yes, and also it goes very quickly from event to event. You know, on this page alone, you've got Fightor fighting a bunch of fighter jets. You've got Leader 1 fighting Fightor. You've got T. Coriander Banks, who was the guy running the GoBot death fights, talking about how, you know, he was tampering with the laws of GoBotics, and that the death equation spread from GoBot to GoBot.
Oh man, I love the laws of GoBotics. I'm just gonna
that is great.
Think of that every so often for the next week and just grin stupidly to myself.
And then this is a this is 2 pages, and by the end of that, you've got Mad Hunter killing Tux with Molotov cocktails.
No, not Tux. He's got a top hat.
He does have a top hat in this.
I mean, of course he does. It's one of his defining characteristics.
And actually, they call him Stretch, which I think is what they called him on the cartoon.
Ah.
Unless, I can't remember if either the toy and the cartoon had different names. I can't remember. Whichever one it is, they use Stretch in this one.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Does it have Dr. Go?
I don't think Dr. Go is in this, no.
Whose toy was called Air Fiend, but they were like, let's maybe not go with the evil German doctor thing, but then they just made his voice like a ridiculous German accent.
Yeah.
Like, good job.
So yeah, I heartily recommend this book. It's nuts. It's brief. It goes all sorts of different places. And maybe there's a little weird sex stuff. I don't know.
Weird, like, euphemistic kink.
I mean, it's not... Generally, Scioli's work is sexless enough that I'm inclined to think that it's just him being weird.
Right,
yeah.
In that very sort of Kirby fashion. But, yes. He's no Chris Claremont.
No. Chris Horny on Main Claremont.
Yeah, no. Claremont is like one end of the spectrum. I don't think Kirby's at the other, because if you look at Big Barda, like, he liked Big Barda.
Well, I mean, she was inspired by a Playboy spread of Lainey Kazan.
Aha. That is the best porn name. Oh my god.
Lainey Kazan?
Yeah.
I mean,
the Kazan part is kind of impressive.
I mean, she's not she's like an actress, like a legit actress, and like she does like Broadway.
Oh, is it Kazan with an N? 'Cause
yes.
I was thinking it was Kazam with an M.
Oh, like Shaq.
Yes.
Or possibly Sinbad, depending on what universe
No, let's
you're from.
not get confused.
Yes. Which was why I thought it was such an amazing porn name. Anyway.
Yes, so solid recommendation for me, and thank you again for having me on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
no problem. Thanks for joining us.
Well, this is longer than planned. I guess this This will be tacked on to the other episode we recorded. This will be its own episode, presumably.
A bonus episode.
Part 2.
A go-ness episode?
I might I'll try to remember that for the post.
Alright. Well, thank you.
Iacon Underground Radio is hosted by iaconunderground.net. We are listener-supported through Patreon, where you can help us cover the cost of running this show and our other podcast, Stasis Pod, at patreon.com/iaconunderground. We are on Twitter at IaconUG, Tumblr at iaconunderground.tumblr.com, and Facebook at facebook.com/iaconunderground.